I already know what's up out there, man. I want to wish everybody a happy new year. Let's be happy that we made it to 2022. We are now activated. We're not dealing with no weasel activity at all. With that being said, subscribe to this YouTube channel now. Don't just come in and watch all the good content and you not making them subscribers go up. Hit the subscribe button right now. With that being said, I need everybody on my website immediately. DNAGMDW.com. If y'all don't know, now you know. We have relaunched the Get Money and Drink Water brand with now embroidery hoodies, embroidery sweatsuits, and ski masks on the way. So this is one of the many designs we have on the website. As you can see, Get Money and Drink Water ever since 2019. We got sizes small through 4X, 7 different colorways in this. We also got the other embroidery, which is GMDW on the left side on the chest going down in 7 different colorways, sizes small through 4X. On top of that, we got the special edition 8-ounce Get Money and Drink Water logo with the cup that's on the back, this logo on the front, that's also sizes small through 4X. And today, to start the new year off right, we are activated. We now have Get Money and Drink Water sweatsuits available on the website. One of the sweatsuits is in 3 different colorways, black, gray, and red. And then we got another one with the 8-ounce cup logo in white and black. Those sizes extra small through 2X. And we just launched toddler embroidery hoodies today. Sizes 2T, 4T, 5, 6T. You can get those on the site as well. You know what I mean? So I want to thank everybody for this countless amount of support and love I got in the culture over these years. And I wanted to present to y'all and show y'all, as I'm saying it, the new adventure that I'm working on, which is everything being stitched embroidery. It's all up on my website. You can check it out. If you do support and you want to hit me up and show me my confirmation, y'all know my Instagram is the real DNA GTFOH. My Twitter is DNA_GTFOH. Every purchase, just you going to the website is enough for me. I strongly appreciate it. Thank you to everybody out there, the haters, the supporters, the fans, whoever's on the channel. Just keep doing what you do. You're making it relevant. You're making us popping. So DNAGMDW.com. Get your hoodie now.
DNA,
What's going on?
doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great. First and foremost, my first question for you, right, is I mean, as we all know, you're a woman of God, very respectable, very humble. You know what I mean? I think in this time I've seen you in battle rap. I've never seen you really get out of character, not really raise your voice unless you're battling. And your gun titles. How does this work? Explain this to me.
Oh, it's very simple.
Okay.
Yeah, Sue Surf was the first team that invited me. I guess he appreciated my talent, and he invited me, and I said, well, it's a no-brainer. Because of who Surf is. So yeah, I mean he I guess it initiated with him and Rock, but that doesn't, how does it, in what way would that change me as a person? Because there's a title, it doesn't, yeah. Well, what way would that change me as a person? Plus, I don't have the whole taboo that people feel about, guns and all this other stuff. I don't have that same taboo. So
Yeah. No. Only reason why I said that is because, like, not me per se, but like that's like with NWX when Saga was down. That was like the main. People was like, "Oh, how's Saga with?" I mean, with them. So I know that's always confusing to people.
I think it's weird. I don't understand it. You guys are people, right? Like we're
Yeah.
all people. We're not better than you in any, but we're not better than you. We're not probably more. I don't know. We're not superlative to anybody, so why would I exclude and ostracize myself from an opportunity because of whatever? Sue is his own person, Rock is his own person, Pristavia is her own person, and I'm grown, so I'm not like a young conformable kid where I can be influenced. And I'm pretty settled and set in my ways, so there's nothing that's going to be some outside influence is going to cause me to do anything that I don't want to do. I'm not easily persuaded or influenced as a young person would be, to be peer pressured into doing anything that I don't feel comfortable doing. So that's fine. We're all our own people.
Correct. I think a lot of people also too expected you to be a 6, I guess, horsewoman.
I know. I guess they did, but it's very simple. Like I said, Gun Titles was the first person that invited me. So I
Wow,
can't.
Saga Loso and A-War, y'all dropped the ball. Y'all could have had Pristavia. Y'all just never made an offer. Terrible.
I went with who invited me. If the Horsemen invited me first, then I would have been a horsewoman. But they didn't invite me, so I went with who
Terrible.
invited me, as well as and then this is a good deal, I think, because I could learn so much from Sue. He's just so seasoned. I could just learn so much from him, and from the business aspect and so many other things I could just learn from Sue. So yeah. So,
Nah,
but
that
God has His own
yeah,
plans.
yeah,
He,
yeah. With that being said, congratulations. And I mean,
thank you,
I think it's a great look. You know what I mean?
thank you.
Yeah, I got relationships with everybody in gun titles. I like what they all bring to the table. I feel like you being over there definitely and I mean what you was doing was amazing already, but you know what I mean, linking up with like four of the top people in the game definitely can only enhance it.
Yeah,
Midnight Madness. You and Yoshi was scheduled to go down on there.
for
I,
sure.
I mean, as you said, your ways never changed. You stayed out of, you know what I mean, the chaos that was going on because it started off great and then
It got a little.
it got real tricky over there.
I
But
can't function in that. I don't
yeah,
know.
man, nah, me either. I always choose to stay out of that. But after all of that happened, then it was a tweet that got put out by Remy. I mean, well, behind the scenes, you know what I mean, I already knew it was going down. But I'm saying to the public, the tweet got put out by Remy. You know what I mean, where she basically told Surf she needs to hold that. So now, Pristavia and Yoshi, you know what I mean, and this is the thing I love about Midnight Madness too. So shout out to Surf.
Mm-hmm.
They not
Mm-hmm.
holding battles. You know what I mean. So if a bigger opportunity arises, even though it
Yeah.
started with Midnight Madness, they're allowing the battles to be taken. You know what I mean, somewhere else. So with that being said, Chrome 23 League, Queens get the money card. Pristavia and Yoshi, like how was that whole experience? You know what I mean. Remy asking to get the battle because I think that's fire.
Yeah, that's amazing. And shout out to Remy, because this is a completely selfless thing, obviously, that she's doing. I mean, she's well established. She doesn't have to do this. So I know that she's doing this for the best interest of the girls and to give back. And so just to be a part, because the reality was, of course, initially, like everybody wanted to be a part. So of course I wanted to be a part. But if I wasn't, which I guess perhaps initially I wasn't, I didn't feel any type of ways about that, because I understand that there are girls who were here longer. They put in work. And so I understand that as a newcomer, although I am active and relevant now, I understand if Remy initially wanted just the girls that were, the she's probably grew up with, watching and stuff like that. So I wasn't mad about, and probably initially not being considered, but now that it's here, it's just like, it's like God is good. It's a good
Oh,
opportunity. Yeah. And how it came about, but I guess besides seeing the ruckus, one of the other impetuses that were for it, which is what she shared with me, was that actually she was coming out of a bowl game, and some like random stranger stopped her and said, Remy, you got to put my daughter on your card. And she was like, well, who's your daughter? He said, Pristavia. And then she said, okay, well, I'll think about it. And then he just kind of walked away. And so perhaps that was one of the things that planted a seed. And then she saw all the ruckus around the Midnight Madness and then picked it up. I don't know who this person is to this day.
I
It's
was
not
about.
my father, because my father is dead. So I
Wow,
don't know
that's
who this
crazy.
person. That's God. God will just, he does what he wants. That's how I see it. You know what I mean? Like, this is just like some type of divine, because what would make them come out of
Say
nowhere
yeah,
and
say that that you're their kid. Yeah,
that I'm their kid. I don't know who this person is. So
that's crazy.
yeah, it was
But
a crazy story.
but you know what I mean, like you said, in all in all, that if that is actually the reason why you got on the card, that's like it's kind of weird but dope in the same sense. Like,
Yeah, it's super weird.
you know what I mean,
She
but
said, "Don't ever show me a picture of your father. I will freak out." I said, "Yeah, that's not my dad. I can promise you that."
yeah,
Yeah,
rest in peace to your dad
thank
too.
you, thank you.
Um, yeah, man, that story in itself is like, you know what I mean, amazing in a way that if that's the reason, I mean, why you got on the card. Now with that being said, y'all on the card, Pristavia versus Yoshi.
Yeah,
What happens in this battle? Like, cause this is another, you know what I mean, opposites attracting. Y'all talk about two totally different things. I got two viewpoints on, you know what I mean, how things are approached. So, in your
Yeah.
eyes, how do you see this battle going down?
This is, yeah, you know what? And actually I put her on like the whole person I would desire to battle
Mm.
in 2022, only because, not because, some people do that because they have like bars already in their head. I didn't, but I was like, I think that the people would like this conversation. I had no idea what I would what I would say or anything like that. But I just like, people are gonna like this clash, this. So yeah, listen, I think we both have a lot at stake, is because these people has just built this pressure, upon me. So this is the first battle of the year. There's so much pressure. Oh my God, Pristavia loses the first battle of the year. So I think there's pressure on both sides. But I feel like there's a lot of pressure on, on me, surrounding the battle. But I think it's going to be a great conversation. I know that Yoshi's going to come with her best. It's probably going to, be the best Yoshi, because, like I said, there's a lot riding on this. And I'm gonna continue to do what I do. So I think it's gonna be a great conversation. I do.
Okay. Do you calling it 2-1 you, 3-0 you, or you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not gonna say I'm gonna lose. So I'm not gonna. So it's at least it's at least gonna be a 2-1 in my favor, if not a 30 ball. Let's see. We'll see what happens.
Okay.
We'll see what happens.
Somebody in the chat right now, they said, "Do you respect Yoshi's pen?"
Do I respect Yoshi's pen?
Yeah.
Listen, the girl's good. The girl's not bad. The girl is good. I mean, I don't know. There's speculation. So yeah, we know what the speculations are. So
Yeah.
I mean, anybody that receives help, then no, I don't, not really. But as far as like what comes out of her mouth, whether it's from her own thoughts and whatever, then it's pretty good. Not always, but it's pretty good. I think her two top battles were the Tory and the was it Tory and
Lady Caution.
Caution.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think
it
those were
was
the
Lady
most
Caution.
two impressive battles. I watched a handful. I didn't watch a whole lot of the battles, but she's pretty good. She's all right.
Okay. I like the talking shit, but still being respectful. The girl is okay. The girl is alright. So aside from that, like, I feel like after Yoshi, like, and maybe this is just something I want to see, but I think it's something a lot of people want to see. I think in 2022, you and Vixen happens.
With Vixen?
Yeah, I think that battle happens this year.
I'm with whatever from whoever. That'd be cool too. I didn't even put her on like my 2020, like the person I would desire in 2022. Only because, of course there's the narrative. Oh no, Pristavia got to climb, the ranks. So just as far as like who you battle in what order. So I didn't put her on 2022. It could happen in 22. It could happen in 23. I mean, I'm with however it flows. So that'd be cool.
Okay, so you keep mentioning this. Who's on this list? Let's know who's on this list.
I can't even remember what I posted. It was, I think I put, we all know the C3s happen. I know I put official.
Okay.
I love official. Yeah, I know I put official. Who else did I put? I think I put Flames.
First Lady Flames, okay.
I think I put Flames because I just think that people would like those clashing energies. Like, I can't remember. I have to revisit that. I think I put Jay the Nightwing only because he called me out. I love Jay, by the way.
Jay the Nightwing got to remember his raps. Yeah. Shout out to Jay.
Like, you know what? Just like Twerk, I'm still gonna love him anyway.
Yeah.
So that Jay the Nightwing got to remember. That's funny. But I think I put Kid Chaos. He's amazing.
Yeah, I love Kid Chaos.
I love Kid Chaos. I'm low key petrified, but I would love that to do to battle Kid Chaos. And I put like a few others. I can't remember.
Okay. No Jazz?
Nah, not for 2022. I mean, if it happens, it happens. But I didn't put her for 2022. Like I said, I was kind of being respectful to those who say, which I get it. I do get it, because if you do battle, if I just like jump and battle another but all the top 7 girls, then where do I or top 7 or top 10 girls just immediately, then where do you go from there? I can only go
Then you
well.
retire and work with Debo and Babs on finding new talent.
Say again, what you say?
Nah, I said then you retire and then you just work with
Right,
Debo and
already. I
Babs
just got
finding new
here.
talent. Facts.
Right, that's the next step, I guess. Yeah. So that's why I don't mind, like,
All
still
right.
taking mid names rather than
So
jumping to the top.
so I got a couple more questions for you. One of them
Mhm.
is, right, do you feel like Twitter Spaces are good or bad for battle rap?
Initially, I'm gonna be 100% honest.
Okay.
Initially, I didn't think that it was bad, but like it got, for me, it's so noisy. Some people thrive in that type of chaos, and
Mm-hmm.
and they perfectly function in it. I'm not one. It's not good for my mental equanimity. So I don't argue in real life. I don't argue. Either something's gonna happen or it's not. So
Mm.
so I can't engage in that. It's just weird. So, but people do. And clearly it has moved the culture. I look at it as like kind of like these reality shows. Now,
Yeah.
it is, I think overall, just like certain, overall, we're just being honest, it's like certain rap music that's intent for younger people and certain of these reality shows, it influences behavior. It influences, um, just not necessarily good behavior. And so now kind of the spaces is kind of that where people are kind of just always at each other's necks and arguing and stuff. However, people love it and it keeps it relevant and it moves it. So I guess it's a good thing for those people who love that. It's a good thing. But I'm just not one of those people that
Yeah,
likes
like me, I feel like it's great for building storylines, it's great for building
to.
grudges, great for building battles. But I
Yeah.
say that because I started getting asked a lot, like, cause I'm not in there. You know what I mean? I probably been
Okay.
in there about 3 times, and
Right.
it's you know what I mean. It's been real calm when I'm in there. Like, I'm a person that likes control, and there to me is no control. You know what I mean? Like you could just,
Mm,
and I'm not really with the gossiping and all. Like, you know what I mean,
exactly.
but it's great. You know what I mean, for people that
Yeah.
like that want to be entertained like that. So I
Exactly.
think it has its pros and cons. So I made that a
Yeah.
thing now. When people come on here, I want to ask them like, you know what I mean, how do they feel about it? Because it's like depending on who you talk to, you'll get a different answer. But
Yeah.
I think it's, even though you know what I mean, like I said, I won't be in there, but I think it pushes the culture
Yeah,
forward in
it
some
definitely
aspect.
pushes the culture because, like you said, like it's like a form or a type of entertainment. And then there are some people who are not kind of, that are not like it'll bother them mentally. And so for me, mentally, I don't want something consuming my. It'll just mess up with my productivity, everything. So I don't want nothing. You know what I mean? Like I have to separate it from entertainment versus real life, because somebody say something crazy on you through the spaces, then it could turn
Mm,
magnified worse than what it could be. And no, no, no. Listen,
yeah, that's a fact.
never, never, not me, not my interest, not my cup of tea.
My other question for you: Do you like? And I feel like this is another question that falls in the same category, because I feel like champion of the year, woman of the year, all these lists are great for battle rap. It gives people something to talk about. You know what I mean? It pushes the culture forward. We're rewarding people for, you know what I mean, putting on exceptional performances throughout the year. But
Hmm.
the do you feel like the list holds validity, and do you think the panels are like great like the way they are, or does it need work?
I'm gonna be honest. I didn't follow
Okay.
the whole Cody thing. I do know that Geechee won again. I'm not entirely mad about that.
Nah, me either. Me either.
Yeah. Hmm.
Um, my whole thing is always the it's crazy, right? Because you would think people would argue about the number one the most. The number one to me is always, I can see who's number one. It's actually the other numbers
Right.
that always make me say, how did that happen? You know what I mean? So shout out to Geechee, shout out to Chilla, shout out to ORAD. Um, I think those
So
are all the
wait. What
winners.
were the number? Was it who were the top five?
Geechee, Easy, Surf, Rum Nitty, and A Ward. That was the five.
I'm not mad at those either. I mean, however, how many? I mean, who you battled in 2021?
I battled Geechee, Av, B Dot, King Los, and Real Sick.
That's right.
Yeah.
King Los, Real Sick,
Av, B. Dot, and Geechee. Yeah.
Av, B. Dot, and Geechee.
Yeah, I definitely should have been top five,
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like,
but my argument really came a little bit like, and this is my, let me change that. Maybe it's not the panel. This is my only issue. My only issue was I think it's hard to do a judging system about a year prior after battles take place in the next year because you're watching it. So Danny is number 8. I love Danny. Danny's performance against Rock is his best performance ever. Like, I mean, he reached a new level. Shout out to Danny Myers, one of the most humblest guys. And I mean, great work
love
ethic.
Danny.
But I feel like because people on the panel got to see his performance with Rock, it moved his number up from the prior year because you can't help but, I mean, you can't take out what you've seen in your brain because it's like, to me, if I'm making this list, Danny isn't over Real Sick because of what happened in the battle with him and Real Sick. So it's like Danny's 8 and Real Sick is 10. And that's why I'm like,
I see what you mean.
yeah, like I feel like it has to be a certain it has to be like a certain standard of like,
Mm-hmm.
how do we figure out how can we make this decision before rolling over to the next year? Because it's
Right.
like, you know what I mean, once battles happen in the next year and you watch it, you can't unsee what you saw, and then you have to
Right.
get on the panel because right before that, people was like trying to even say Danny shouldn't even have been in. I mean, the top. They were kind of checking him out the top 10, which I didn't agree with because I'm like,
Um,
even though he messed up with Real Sick, I think he might just be 10 after that. But it's like after the Rock performance, it changed. So that was my
right.
only issue. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I think they got to figure out how to do that better. And then
Right.
like certain rules have to be implemented. Like, I feel like if me and Pristavia both have a great year, but DNA somehow battles Pristavia in this year where they both got a great year, and Pristavia clearly beats DNA, you automatically got my spot.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to debate after that because it's like I mean, surf, you know what I mean? I watch basketball too, but in basketball, if it's two teams and they have a playoff, or even if you just go based on the regular season series, whoever won more in that claims the playoff spot over the other team. So I think that should
Right.
be like the same rules. Like, if
Right.
anybody's in the top 10 and they wind up battling each other in that same year, we got to go off for what the consensus say um in that battle to see who gets the spot.
Yeah. No, I agree with you totally because you know what? Because Real Sick had an amazing year. Real
Hmm.
Sick had an amazing year, really with zero hiccups. But they're talking about like okay, because you know he had lost a few,
Hmm.
or you know, but
But
there
I
was
think
so
all
it
his
wasn't like
losses is debatable.
right. That's what I was about to say. His losses are completely debatable. He Real Sick still did incredible. Who he had? He had yourself. He had what's his Pat Stay,
Av.
Av. He did amazing. Yeah. So yeah, it's so tough. I don't know. It's so tough. I'm glad that I'm not one of the judges on it. I will say I am glad that that A Ward is mentioned closer than some people wanted him to be mentioned, but
Yeah,
I'm glad that he is getting some level of recognition because he put in a lot of work. He put in a lot
definitely,
of work.
definitely, definitely.
Yeah. Who he had beside I mean he had he had top tiers that and some of these are clear. He cleared a few of the top tiers. He had ours. He had uh, what's your boy Charlie?
Yeah,
I
he
love
got
him.
clips.
I love Charlie too. Yeah, you know what I mean. So anyway, I'm glad that he's mentioned in that. But yeah,
Nah,
you're right.
shout
You're
out to
right.
A Ward.
Shout out to A-Ward.
Last but not least, before you get off here, my quick question for you is: when they do Women of the Year, because I believe it's coming, do you feel like you make top five of last year?
I feel like um, let me think for last year for this year. Let me. I would say yeah, maybe top five, top six, because there were other girls who battled names more reputable, and I think
Mm,
that if you do battle names that are more, yeah, I battled the people I was supposed to battle this year. I'm an entry. Um, this is my first year, so I battled the people I was supposed to. I wasn't really supposed to battle any major names. The people that I battled was supposed, you know, but so I think that matters, but I think because I think people are also considering the quality of you know, the performances and just, you know, the raps overall, I think that's why it's in an argument of 5 or 6. And I could see that, even though there were other girls, you know, that were out there active. I think C3, I'm not mad at the idea of C3. She was very much outside. She
Mm-hmm.
did her thing. She had a good, you know, a good win over Vixen. I wouldn't be mad at, you know, Vixen being 1 or 2. Coffee did well, obviously. So I mean, yeah, I would say 5 or 6. I'll leave that kind of stuff to the fans. I'm not mad at whatever arguments people want to propose against, but I could see 5.
Okay. Got you. Now, I definitely think you top 5. I can't wait to see the list though. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm about to get into a little debate with Anwar because he didn't like what I said. So shout out.
Oh, he didn't like what you said about
Nah,
what, the panel?
yeah. Shout out to you for pulling up Pristavia. We about to bring Anwar in. I'm tuned in. Chrome 23 Queens get the money card. Pristavia versus Yoshi. Make sure y'all tap in.
Tap in. All right.
All right.
Thank you.